Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with this week's Challenge Accepted, and I'm back doing Challenge Accepted. And this month, what Shannon Elle, or you may be aware that Shannon is doing a mini paper pad class, and I'm taking that class, and so I'm going to do my homework. She posts the video lesson every Sunday. And I have tried to do my video within the next couple of days, but things are a little bit strange and not necessarily conducive to, quote unquote, making plans. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself until Thursday to get the homework done. And I will post my homework for her mini paper pad class on Thursdays, and she will already have done a layout according to the sketch for that week, which is this, by the way, an amazing sketch. And she's going to redo it. She's going to do it a different way on Thursdays for Challenge Accepted. So the point of this is to use up paper pads, and I've got this paper pad that is just almost at the very end. I have 3 or 4 sheets in it, and I've got the lemon paper. It's Amy Tangerine Finders Keepers, which is a 2015 line, and I've used a lot of the stuff. In fact, I've cut houses from it for it that are I just have the fussy cuts kind of separated into here, and I'm going to use those because we're talking about something I'm doing that affects the neighborhood. So this all came from, I think it came from the paper pad. It may have come from a 12 by 12 from that same line. But I've got these fussy cuts, which don't necessarily look like they're the right color scheme. I've got these bramble, and I'm dealing with stuff. What I'm doing is efficient scrapping these days because life is just kind of crazy. So kind of whatever's on my desk and whatever's handy to grab. And I'm going to try to make it work. And it's probably going to look like a mishmash. It'll probably look like exactly what I've done, which is just grab stuff that was handy. I've got these rub-ons. I'm not sure why I picked up a pile of rub-ons, but these are from various kits or from my stash. I'm not sure what I can use, but I was taken by this little thing, which actually kind of looks like this in the original. So I may try that. There's a paper strip right here that looks like washi tape. I'm going to use this because it's kind of been sitting around on my desk. I'm pretty sure it's from a Vicky Boutin ephemera pack. I've got this sticker book, which I've been kind of going to a lot lately. It's One Canoe 2 sticker book, and it's at least a couple years old. I don't think there's a date on there, but there are maybe some things in here that we could use. I see this, might work. We'll see as we go along what works and what doesn't. Okay, I am not going to have all the photos. I'm going to have the 4 spaces. One is not going to have a photo. These 3 will have photos. And we'll see. I don't have the last photo. There's, and in fact, this photo is going to be replaced. I'm going to have 3 totally different photos from this one. This one I have already scrapped. It's when they first began digging up the flagstone that was our flagstone deck that as we walked out of our door in the basement, and there were steps kind of leading up to the front yard, the street level. So we live in the basement of our son's home. So they're pulling that up, and then today, so I don't need to do this one. This is actually going to be the first in the series. Today was when they poured the concrete. You can see the concrete truck there. They poured the concrete for what they've done is remove the steps, and they're making this into a wheelchair ramp. So the next photo is going to be when they do the handrail, which will be tomorrow. And then the next photo, the third photo that'll be on the page, will be one of them wheeling John out for a doctor's appointment in his on his stretcher. So it's a stretcher ramp as well. So that's kind of gonna be what that is. This is what I'm using for this little tag. I use this bow because it has the blue and white, the perfect navy blue for the back of this paper. This paper was not from that Amy Tangerine book, but it was stuck up in there. It came from a sampler kit, a Scrapbook and Cards Today sampler that I won as a prize for one of the Mercy Tiara main challenges last year or the year before. So I'm going to use that. I've found this, in this project, I'm also committed to using either 12 by 12 paper pads or kind of old collections that I have lying around. I love this side of it, but it doesn't go with the color scheme of anything else that I do. This is an Elle's Studio collection called Saltwater, and I bought it for the kind of beachy elements, and I think I've used all those. This is a 2013 paper, so it certainly qualifies in the using up old stuff category. So I'm going to do it this way, and I'm actually going to do splotches of ink, splatters, maybe not with this ink. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting it out. Okay, so what we'll do is we won't do splotches, we'll do splatters. And I'll kind of do some over here, and I'll kind of do some down here. And then I may just do some larger kind of bits here. And that tag will kind of go over that. We'll do some to kind of gather over here. We'll do a bit of this. And what this is Dilutions shimmer spray in Fresh Lime. And so I'll put that up. And I'm going to go over this because this is on this particular ink. When you go over it with the paper towel, it really kind of solidifies that shimmery finish. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but I think it's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place the photos, and like I said, I'm going to pull off this one, and then there will be another one to replace this. So we'll, this is kind of just for placement. I'm going to go this one like this, and this one here. This one maybe down here, and this like that. So I think I'm going to go with it that way, and the first thing I'm going to put down is this one, and I'm going to line it up right there. Now I'm not using 3x4 photos. I'm using kind of 2 1/4 by 3 1/2 or something like that. Nothing, not a real big difference, but my photo cluster is going to be a lot smaller. So I'm going to put this on top because I need to be able to get to it. I'll go ahead and place it under that. And I'm lining it up with the grid lines. I love a good grid paper. And this one I will put on some foam, and I have some foam lying around here. And the foam is gonna stick, but I can kind of lift this up from there. Okay, and it's a little bit different look from the other, but I think once I add this to it, let me see if there's a little more of this splattering. I hate covering this up. Okay, so maybe, let's see if we did this. We did it up that way and we let that show. I like that. Okay. Let's see. That, even though this doesn't match the Amy Tangerine, I think I put it in there because I thought it would coordinate with it, because it has that navy blue. And these little bows, I think, are Maggie Holmes. And I have some navy blue hearts in here. Not sure if I'm going to use any of those stars, but we'll see. So what I want now is to find houses that I think will pick up some of the colors in the bicycle. So there's this green, and I'm going to put foam on the back of all of these. And I know I said that I liked that rub-on for here, but I think I'm going to do a cluster of houses instead. I'll do this. And I've got my trees kind of cut in clusters as well. Let me do a pink, a green, a pink, and a yellow. Let me take pink. That's just kind of a part of a house. So I'm going to go with this one. And I'll put some stuff here. And I need to remember to put this guy, this kind of goes under there. And I think I'm going to cut it in two. And I know I've got a house in my hand, and I'm getting squirreled. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of right there's good. And then I'm going to put the other half of it over here, lining up with those exact same lines. So it looks like it's under the entire cluster. So I like that, and I can actually write something there and something here. Okay, so now let's go back to the houses. I'll get back to my task at hand. And then this yellow one, do I want a cluster of trees? Yeah, let's do that. We'll do a cluster of trees before we do the yellow house. And I'll kind of put it down a bit, and then I'm going to do this one actually underneath the trees, glued to there. And then I thought I might do another, at least a house up here. I like, some of them have, well, I guess all the green ones have blue roofs. So let me, I think that needs foam. And let's see if I'm gonna go with these orange trees, and I may do a cluster of 3 of them. Well, let's see. I think I'll do this green and pink, and I'll maybe kind of tuck that under the tag, and then I'll do an orange kind of like that. We'll see how that works. Okay, that works for that. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of foam behind this. And I'll let it look like it's coming from under that bow. So there's a little cluster of trees there. I was thinking maybe I'd do an orange one behind these to kind of come up to the level of the houses. Okay, so there's that. I need something over here, and maybe just a tree cluster here. I'll put a little foam behind it, but I'll have it kind of tucked there. And then I'll do something else. Let's see, do I have a house with the side cut off there? Let me see if I can find another orange tree, just to bring that orange over into the other cluster. I'm not seeing it other than this little piece right here, and so I'll tuck it in like that. Okay, so that gives me all the colors there, and I'll do, you know, something else in those areas. So I kind of like how it's shaping up. Let me, before I go much farther, let me put the title on, and I'm going to call it New Path, and it's it has a couple meanings. Of course, it's obviously a new path for getting out of the house and into the transport ambulance. But it's kind of just a, you know, a new path that we as a couple and as a family are taking to in pursuit of healing, for to put it fairly simply. We have some indication that once some issues like the how cliche is it to talk about the bed sores that were acquired at the nursing home, but once we get those taken care of, his kidney function is back, and you know, it was just kind of a nightmare scenario, but the neurologist thinks it is not a normal progression of Parkinson's, and so it's not something that, so basically we have faith that he's going to walk again, and have positive steps along the way. So we've seen some improvement, but there's a lot to take care of. Okay, so I probably didn't put the new up as high as I should have, but I still think I can fit that H there. We'll see. Nope, that's not gonna work unless I kind of move it there and move the W over a bit. Okay, move the T over. The glue is still wet. You know, this is a, you try to hurry and you do stuff that has to be redone and you end up spending more time. I'm okay with that. And look, I found that orange tree I was looking for. I'm good with what's there. Maybe I could fit it in here and then squeeze in another house. No, I think I'm going to keep my trio going. Let's see, I've got these. This looks like it was cut that way, so this could go there. I'm gonna do that. I didn't want to kind of a house to be sticking out too far, but this looks like a building with a nice little group of trees there. Okay, so we have a new path. Now we're gonna do some smaller. I'm not gonna use any of these flowers because while that kind of coral color does pick up that orange, I'm just not, I'm not seeing the rest of it. I'll use that another time. And I'm not using any rub-ons. Why am I not using any rub-ons? Because at this point it would kind of be an afterthought, and I should have put them on. If I was going to use them, I should have put them on before I did some of the things with dimension. Okay, so, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to use the navy blue word strip here that says wild and free, because someday he will be again, right? It's kind of a silly phrase to use for someone who is unexpectedly and inexplicably and frustratingly and maddeningly bedridden. But I'm gonna kind of put that right there and let that tag kind of be there. Let's see, what else did I want to? Dreamer might even be appropriate, and I might use it. Do I want it here? This photo is staying, this photo is going, so I'm careful that none of the glue is hitting that. I'm gonna write something on here. This just may not be necessary. Let me put it back. Do I have anything else? I've got road trip, so I can say road. Fun is not an appropriate word for it. I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's see if there's anything else in here that would fit. I kind of like this going, maybe it's a different kind of green than that and even from that, but I don't know that I would care a whole lot about that. Maybe it could go here or under this. I'm gonna leave it, and I'm gonna go with love instead. Let's see. And I am gonna put it here. And this will be the photo that has John in it. Maybe it'll be here. So I wanted to put love by that. I'll put it up here, and that's fine. This is gonna stay, the paper's gonna show. So that's okay to have that cluster up there. And this arrow might be nice to point to the photo with John. So I can do it right here. And that color scheme, you know, there's navy blue here, and there's the kind of pinkish coral, and there's this green, so it kind of goes with the houses. And it's a completely different collection with a completely different tone and mood to it, and still it seems to work. I like these little clear stickers for places like this. Okay, that it stuck down too soon. The rose did, so let me get that. Okay, that works. And let me see, I've got another yellow one. And where could it go? It could maybe even go right here, kind of right there. And then I'll do a green one. Oops. Down here. Okay, that's determined to tear off, and I'm okay with that. Well, let's see. If it would stick on something, that would be good. Okay, there. So I've got little, you know, floral sprays coming out there. Let's see if there's anything here. Beautiful day today. I used today on the last one. Adventure is kind of appropriate because all of this is a terribly twisted, not so much fun kind of adventure. Okay, I think I'm going to end it here and then go to the, I'm going to stop looking in the One Canoe 2 book, and I'm going to pull some hearts here. I've got this kind of dusky pink and a grayish navy blue and a gold. And I think I'm just going to go with a dusky pink and a grayish navy blue and kind of have them, have a couple of them there. And I think I want them both to be outline hearts. I'm very partial to outline hearts, and you know, I like the solid ones too, but the outline ones just seem, I don't know, there's something about them. And the navy blue on this actually, now that I get to peel the protective coating off, is just perfect for this paper. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can prop one up on the other. I'll do this like that, and then I'll prop this one up on it. Do you think that's gonna work? Let's see. These are from Bramble Fox. I love their perspectives, and I subscribe to their Fox box, but occasionally I have been known to, let's see. I think I'll just put it flat on the paper. Occasionally I'll buy a couple things and have them tucked into my box. The shipping is free when you do it that way, when you have things shipped with your box. Okay, I think I'm done. I know that there are, you know, hearts and clip and this little guy and star here and the big old bow there with the keys, but I think I've kind of added the houses and the trees and these little clear stickers, and of course there are the polka dots on the paper itself. So I think I have enough going on there. And yep, guys, this is me talking. I have enough going on. Okay, so there is my finished layout, and I'll have pictures here. This picture will stay. I'll have a different picture here and a different one here. So thank you for watching, and it's good to be back with Challenge Accepted, and I will do my best to keep up with the schedule. Thanks a lot. Bye.